You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
Oh yes, it's probably going to be very ugly tonight for the New York Giants, which is why I'm not doing a stream tonight for that game, because I don't want us all to have to sit through that disaster together. So, we are going to hang out together and check out Milwaukee versus St. Louis. I just got nailed by a blackout on where I thought I was going to watch it, so now I have to go surfing the different levels of hell that is menus of an app. I saw Wade Miley versus Miles Mikolas. I did want to ask a question. How you feeling about Mikolas being on the mound today? Oh, I managed to get it through the graces. No, the graces of Bally Sports Midwest. So, no, not quite the 7 C's time, but it was getting close. Very, very close. Yeah. Sometimes that's all you can ask for, one touchdown. Apparently, he's just behind Justin Verlander in zone percentage. Okay. So, for starters, since 2018, that's kind of impressive. Oh, no. Just forgot to turn it on. It's been one of those days. I've been getting distracted a lot, but I am still here. Another stupid sports show is still going. Just they gave me the impression they were starting at noon, and then I found out 12:15. Nope. You're confident that he will fail. All right. Well, I did notice that he had a... Okay. That's fair. That is fair. Well, because I know I forgot to check it before I got started in all of this. Let me see how the standings are doing over there. Okay, so a healthy 7-game lead on the Cubs right now. Unless something goes truly awful, and I don't see any reason why it should yet. Seems like the Brewers are going to have the NL Central locked up. The Dodgers and the Braves have already taken care of the East and the West. But what of those blasted wild card standings? Because this is honestly, I think, where it gets interesting. Because it seems like every other day it changes who Milwaukee's opponent is going to be in the first round of the playoffs. And at the moment, with Miami and Cincinnati just behind, it's the Chicago Cubs. So I'm not sure how you would feel about that. Logan having the Chicago Cubs as a first-round opponent, it kind of sounds like an easy win, to be honest. Meanwhile, Cordman is out on Interstate 70. Hope you're doing well, not getting car sick. 7-3 in the last 10 games. That's good. Definitely good for helping to keep a division lead. And Little Miss quietly licking her butt over here was up in my face screaming at me about the Chargers. Yeah, it was a rough football weekend in the house, you could say, between Chargers losing, the Vikings losing, and Lions. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much no one got what they wanted this weekend. Sometimes that happens. Cubs don't scare you when they give up 13 runs to the Pirates. All right. Beach Boys. Awesome. That is some good driving music right there. For those of you who are able to play along, we are doing bingo today. There's the card. And as we wait for this to get started and they're doing all the highlights of the teams, I can take down your card numbers if you're able to play or if you want to play. I will do my best to keep up with everything, and we will bend as much as we can since there aren't many concurrent games going on, or any, I think, that can enable us to bend more points out of this. Bend more squares, anyway. Yeah. The only other game going on right now is the Angels and the Rays, and that has the potential to be nice and ugly, I think. I'm not sure in which direction, but yeah. Definitely good ugliness potential there. Logan claims card number 28. William has card number 25. And MKI has grabbed number 8. If any of you who may have wandered into this stream accidentally are questioning what's going on, we like to play bingo whenever we have games on. We'll just set up a bingo board with, common, rare, and extraordinarily rare events that could happen throughout the game, and we see who can get bingo first, And a lot of it is just, like stat stuff, possible plays that could happen, weird shit that could happen, and then just jokes that we have. It's all a lot of fun. We try to get as many bingos as possible. So if you want to participate, link is at the top of the chat. Click it, get a card. All right. Well, by then, hopefully the game will have started. Oh, don't tell me I forgot about it. Well, let's just make sure that this is ready to go. Because we got to have the hot water ready if I'm going to do a proper sponsorship for Legal Coffee. Oh. They are emphasizing, Bally Sports Midwest is, that this is my home. My home for Cardinal sports. Oh, technical difficulties. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Ohtani has elbow surgery. Will be ready to hit next year and ready to pitch in 2025. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, there were more than a few things that didn't get set up today. I was running very, very late, as it turns out. Damn creativity, running wild. Don't you hate when that happens? I know I do. Meanwhile, Corbin Carroll has become the first rookie in MLB history with 25 plus home runs and 50 plus stolen bases in a season. Whew, damn. And Taysom Hill is on the injury report. Oh, good. It's that part of the NFL season when people we don't expect to even end up on the injury report go there. Um, Cornman, I think we're expecting it. I'm not sure we're ready for it in the same way that I'm sure no one was really ever ready to view, a guillotining during the French Revolution, except if you were really really kind of into that sort of thing. But that's a discussion for another time. All right. Great. Let's get that organized. And there we go. Not sure why I have timeouts turned on because there should be absolutely... Oh, those are outs. Sorry. It's been a day as well. Cleveland Guardians, LA Angels, and Detroit Tigers have all been officially eliminated from postseason contention. Oh, dang. Yeah, the one that hurts the most is the Angels. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and that was it. Oh, I figured you weren't ready for it, William. And I'm sure that there will be some furious executives if tearing their hair out if the Giants do manage to win. Because primetime humiliations like that don't often go well for the plans that people make. Case study. All those primetime games for the Broncos last year and the Jets this year. All right, there we go. And folks, there it is. One of our show's longtime sponsor and hopefully into the future, Legal Coffee, the Mexican instant coffee that is 99.5% guaranteed to not contain methamphetamines or copium. And I have been reminding you this is the season probably to get your copium levels checked if you are going to go to the doctor soon, if you can afford to go to the doctor. Be sure to list that among the tests that you need done. Trust me, it'll pay off later. Meanwhile, on the National League side, the Cardinals and the Nationals have joined the Rockies. Whew. So pretty much all the Cardinals can hope to do here is just annoy the Brewers a little bit. On the bright side, I also might be able to see some of the names that I might have to know if I end up watching, for example, a Milwaukee Brewers playoff game later in the season. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's some good legal coffee. And as soon as the game starts, and hopefully one of you can keep an ear out for this, but the Bears GM is actually supposed to address the media today. We're just waiting on word for when that's supposed to start. So if anybody could keep their ear to the ground about that, and if he does speak to the media, does he have anything? What does he have to say? Is there anybody else there with him that also participates? Because as some of you may have seen throughout the wretched hive of scum and villainy, there were some major rumors circulating about the Bears' defensive coordinator yesterday, and all of them getting sourced back to one unverified Twitter account, someone who claims to be a sports journalist from Aurora, Illinois. I am not going to name them, and I'm not going to point you in their direction. But he is the only person who sourced the story, citing unnamed sources, and even after many of his details were proven false, like the raid on Hallis Hall and Charles Tillman being the FBI agent who informed the front office of the Bears about things. Yeah. The internet do as it do, and that is be the absolute worst. Well, as Angie, I assume, is yelling at people to get off her lawn, who get the Milwaukee Brewers up to bat, we'll have Saul Frelick coming up first. Well, yeah, but that's the thing, MKI. As we start with a strike from Mikolas down the left side of the plate. There's absolutely no record in any local news outlets or anybody about that raid happening, which was supposed to be after the Week 1 loss that the Bears had. And this will be nice job hitting it into the opposite field for a single. And if there was an FBI raid at this dude's home, why hasn't there been any follow-up in local news talking to the neighbors? You know, the guy who down the block whose house they would have had to pass. And we get another 0-1 start for Contreras. Just stares at that strike going across the plate. Ooh, goes real high. Makes Contreras bend back in the box a little bit. 1-1. So, hopefully, if anything in that whole kerfuffle that happened yesterday gets addressed, it'll be soon. And hopefully right up front. 51 wins. Yeah, no, that's... If they can get above 60, then that is a great way to finish the season. Got Contreras to 1-2 now. After a foul away, we have another ball fouled back. Second of the at bat. All right, tried to get him low, but Contreras would only watch, and now it's 2-2. They're 7 games behind the White Sox. I'd give them even odds to get ahead. We are now at 3-2 as Contreras would not chase low again. If you have full count on your card, by the way, just go ahead and mark that off. And an easy 1-2 because it ended up getting hit right to the second baseman. Dang. 4-3 double play. That, we don't get to see that very often. So, damn. Mark off that full count and mark off a rare spot, whichever number you want. But once you pick it, you cannot change. Get a cold strike to Canha. Stares at a looping curve. 1-1. And woof, big cut from Canha. 1-2 now. Yep, she's still yelling at people to get off the lawn. Michaelis in the dirt on the 1-2. Oh, you don't say. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. 2-2 is coming up, and he'll get clocked further along the line. He's going to try to turn 2 with this. It is off target, so he will slide in with a double. Oh, yes. No, she is perpetually angry. Adames. Willie Adames, the shortstop. Big cut at a high strike. All right, yep. And we did get a double, so you can check that off as well. Uh-oh, fouled away. Now 0-2. Well, you're not. You don't want to watch the game with me? Does not get him to go high. Kanha runs back to second. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. No, keeps getting them, trying to get them to chase. We're up to 2-2 now. Really? Did he go? No. Was able to check his swing and make it a full count now. Let's see, I don't think. Oh, yes, card 25 was got by William earlier, but give me a moment. I will get you another one. And a 3-2, he walks him. So now it's first and second with 2 outs. There you go, Corn Man. You'll be card number 24. Tellez will stare at that first called strike, as is tradition. Yeah, that'll be yours. Little bit of catcher assistance, not enough for the umpire. We're at 1-1. And that'll be cracked out of play to the left field stands. Okay. All right, let me see if there are any other space. Not so far. This will be a ground ball towards second. It'll be a good pickup by the second baseman to get the out at first. Probably could be scored a fielder's choice, but I'll wait for the official box score before I say anything. Well, yeah, with that, we get the Cardinals out of the inning without allowing the Brewers to score a run, which is always a nice victory. Yeah, I figured that would be a little bit off. Yeah. I can't wait till I'm able to make these a little bit more standardized every time. But that's going to take some doing and some money. Yes, it is, Angie. I'm not going to hire you to graphic design for me. That's not an agree. That's just a paw print you left on my sheets after you'd been in the litter box. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Didn't he get like put into concussion protocol after he got hit by him? Mm-hmm. Oh, the protests are ongoing, Corn Man. They are ongoing. All right, Wade Miley has gotten 8 quality starts on the season. Edmund is up first. And we'll take it inside. Ball 1. And he gets hit with a changeup and puts him at 1-1. And he is going quick right to the third baseman. That is a 5-3 play. Mark it off on your cards. Fortunately, he is okay. Okay. That is good to know. Nootbaar for the Cardinals is up. Not quite as good a last name as Badu, but it comes close. And we are back to 1-1. Awesome. I didn't have to change anything. Into the dirt is Miley that time, 2-1. Two and one gets him again with a cutter. 2-2. Tries to crack it up the line. Bounces foul. Man, why would you offer them Newt Bar MKI when you could get the snack that's good for the whole family? One of our other sponsors today, Napolitanke. Or wafers for Croatia. Oh, by the way, Newt Bar just struck out. So that is, well, it's shaping out to be a 1-2, and we're working on the 3 right now, apparently, with an 0-1 count on Goldschmidt. Rays are beating the Angels 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Crack to left center field. It'll fall at the track in the gap. This should be an easy double. Okay. Yeah, it's his 29th double. Ooh. Apparently Goldschmidt is 9 for 18 in his career against Miley. Oh, wow. A little bit of catcher assistance. Gets strike 1 on Nolan Arenado. And he's trying to keep that tempo up. It'll be an easy play to the shortstop. They will make the throw to first. And off we go to the top of the second. Still 0-0. St. Louis can, I think each team actually can claim a hit. So all right. So I can look a little bit less stupid. It's like a Cardinals Brewers box score. Okay, officially the Brewers have 2 hits on the day. Yep, that was not a fielder's choice. All right. We'll let that run for a while in the background. And, oh, well, this is about what I was expecting for an absolute, gear grind of a game. I do wonder what kind of halftime speech Brian Dable is preparing for Daniel Jones tonight. For when they have to go in at halftime, whatever the current state of the game is. You're kidding. They're finally getting a new stadium? Oh, well, good for them. Nicolas is, meanwhile, trying to work on a stereo, but has just now gotten the first strike, getting him to swing on a high fastball. That's another curve that just droops into behind the plate. 3-1 now. Good pitch right in there, high and in the zone. 3-2 now. Goldie's going for it. Oh, well, Goldschmidt just ran into the speaker box and then lost track of the ball. Okay. And he gets him. Oh, landed right place and everything. Strike out. Will open in 2028. 30,000 seat stadium, ability to accommodate up to 35,000 for other events. Okay. Caratini, who is in at catcher today, will hit to the shortstop, who spins around, gets it to Goldschmidt for out number 2. Oh my God. I might have to get some break music ready before I thought I'd be ready for it. All right. Now Terang is up, and we'll watch that fastball last down the middle for strike 1. Terang cranks that one to the short stop. Meanwhile, who's playing at the top of the diamond. He's able to get it right to the first baseman. A very quick top of the second. Woo. We haven't had any stolen bases. Things have been going for too quickly for them to completely go off topic. No rundowns, no pitch clock violations. Nobody is on board on their phone yet. It's okay. We haven't had very much that has been marked off. Hey, Luke. We have had a 5-3 play, so if you have that on your cards, you can mark that off. No player collisions, nobody mouthing off. No real incredible throws or catches quite yet. No broken bats. Nobody blinded by the light. Nobody scored. We have had a full count. Nobody has gotten an error yet, so far as I can tell. I will venture over to the box score real quick and see if any have been scored. Nope. We're good. It's okay, Luke. It's just end of the season baseball, and as I've just discovered, the St. Louis Cardinals have been eliminated from postseason contention officially. So this is just, casual day at the ballpark, hoping for something good to happen, I imagine that's how it's going for the Cards there. Getting photos of Dad taking pictures of their kids in the stand. Meanwhile, Miley is about to go to Yepes, who fouls the first one off of his foot. Okay. Oh, I'm doing all right, Luke. Doing all right. Just wish I hadn't got started brainstorming before the stream, and now it's got me all distracted. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's how it happens. Meanwhile, Yepes will ground to third. Another long throw. 5-3 across the diamond for a ground out. And yes, we are all caught up finally. Okay. The Packers Saints is the home opener, correct, Luke? And second question, follow-up, is Bakhtiari expected to play or not? Walker is up against Miley, has taken 3 straight balls. And Miley is just, yep. Nope. There goes the walk. Woo! All right. And Brad Marchand is still on the Bruins? Damn. I'm actually kind of shocked to hear that he's still around. That's not a knock on him, but I thought, ooh, I wasn't sure he'd still be around. Start this at bat for Knizner at 1-0. We have our first disengagement as they get the runner back to first. Oh, don't know about Bach yet. Okay. Well, honestly, I think Packers Saints, it feels like a. I haven't heard anything too spectacular about the Saints offense with Derek Carr, and the fact that they're going to sounds like Jamal Williams is going to be not an issue for the game. I think you guys have a good chance of winning, to be honest. Uh-oh, and now they're 1-2. And this one is quickly chopped foul. It's about the second foul ball in this at-bat, I think. Okay. And now it's 3-2 for Miley. I'd say it's a good start to the season. Well, gets him to chase high and get out number 2. Mike Babcock resigned as the Blue Jackets head coach. Wasn't he just announced as the Blue Jackets head coach? I feel like he had barely done anything, or did I completely miss him in action for a season? All right, we have a pitcher-catcher conference. And we wait for our next batter, which is Jose Fermin. Okay. And I get disengagement for Walker. Back to first he goes. Oh my God, Miley is slowing down. That will go into left for a base hit. And he doesn't handle the throw, but manages to keep the ball in front of him. That makes runners at the corners 2 outs. Oof. Last time it was for losing too many games. This time it was for interactions with players that followed a disturbing pattern of past behaviors. Ugh. I believe card 16. Yes, card 16 is still available. So I'll just mark that down for you. And I will run down what we have gotten very quickly. We have gotten 1 rare spot. We are up to a 1-1 count, by the way. We've had a full count, and we've had a double, and a 5-3 play. Meanwhile, this fly ball will get chased right to the edge of the stands where it bounces foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So it's Kisner or Knizer. And strikes out, strands everybody. And yeah, 5-3 play and a double, and that's all we have on the bingo so far. And honestly, I think I'm going to take a little short pause for the cause to get my head together. Meanwhile, we'll turn for the rest of this game on another Stupid Sports Show very soon, I promise. We are officially back for the top of the 3rd inning. Perkins is up to bat now for the Milwaukee Brewers, and just as many have done before him in the lineup, takes a strike from Michaelis, who I have learned is the pronunciation. Chases high as well for a 2nd strike. Okay. It's a little bit of an awkward way to start the 3rd inning for these batters. All right, a little bit of a breathing room with a curveball floating to the outside. 1-2. (21-9) since August 18th. That is an impressive streak. Let's see. Oh, yep. That is pretty impressive. Meanwhile, Perkins tries to get that one down the first base line, goes foul. Still 1-2. And it remains 1-0 Rays over the Angels at the end of the second. 2-2 from Michaelis, gets Perkins to foul again, same direction. And just like that, they shut me up with a rouge. That's right. If you have rouge, mark it off, because that is a solo shot to put the Brewers up 1-0 here in the top of the third. All right, let's just update the box score all around to get everybody into the spirit of things. All right, we got a 1-1 count on Frelick, who is up again after managing to get on base the first time around. This will get cracked right to the third baseman. Easy toss across the diamond for the first out of the inning. That is right. That is right. No, Luke. Card 6 has not been taken, so that one is yours. Meanwhile, Contreras has got a 1-0 count from oh damn, it's 2-0 now. Honest opinion, go. All right, go for it. Gets him with a high fastball that time, 2-1. All right, hopefully you can expand on why that's a sad day for the WWE. I heard there were a lot of cuts, but I don't know if there was somebody specific. We have a rifle to the gap in center. That should get him at least to a double. All right. Well, now we got another runner in scoring position. Based on the terms you offered Tuesday, do you think your hair color is going to change during the playoffs? I have completely forgotten the terms you offered, to be honest. I remember reading it, but I don't remember exactly what they are. If you give me a minute to look over it, I can give you an actual answer. So, yeah, there's a lot of off-screen friendly bets going on in the world of football, in case you all were wondering. But we try to keep them as harmless as possible. All right. Let me see. There's Wagerway. Finishes the season with more TDs than interceptions. All right. I think it's possible, assuming that there aren't any defenses that are able to rattle his cage effectively. Multiple talent cuts today, and more to come later. Yeah. I know it's not post-WrestleMania, which is when they do some of the more painful ones, but yeah. Oh, Dolph Ziggler got cut. Yeah, that seems like a good excuse. Yeah, that's going to come down to your offensive line and whether they can keep him from getting hassled and making mistakes. I think you have a decent chance right now, but as for the rest of the season, I could not say. Currently 0-2 right now. Michaelis is getting Adames to chase a little bit at this at bat. And catcher loses control, but is able to maintain it in front of him. Mm-hmm. 6-0 start. Hey, it's possible. Our secondary is kind of gutted right now. Oof. And that will end things with that strikeout. Meanwhile, the tie has been broken with that solo shot, and we will move on to the bottom of the third. Oh, that's right. Of course. Sorry, just something I need to remember for future. There we go. Yes, Wade Miley is pitching. Leo. And, so far, he's gotten a little harried at times, but has been able to keep the Cards scoreless. So let me check the box score, see what we're officially up to as far as hits. Yep. That should be 4. And we still got no errors, so no additional bingo to report on that end either. Such a shame. Well, maybe something will pick up now that we're in the bottom of the third. Miley's back on the mound. And up comes the top of the order again. And going quickly, Miley has gotten into a 1-1 count again. Here comes the pace again, and this time Edmund will foul it opposite field. Edmund taking a moment out of the batter's box to center himself, think about all of his regrets. Wiley takes that first eye contact, immediately pitches into a foul off the inside of the foot. Still 1-2. Even before 10 seconds gone, another pitch, another grounder to the shortstop, and just gets him very close. Ooh. Oh, they might have something on that. Let me take a look at this again. Oh, I could not tell. I mean, I could not tell. Very, very close. Meanwhile, a grounder to the first who hoofs it to the pitcher, and Nutbar is out. Aaron Jones did return to practice today in a limited basis. All right, that's good to hear. All right. All right, Goldschmidt is back up. And apparently, Paul Goldschmidt is chasing Jack Clark in career home runs as a Cardinal. At this at bat, however, he starts 0-1. Yeah. Now it's up to 1-1. I heard that there was worries about Jenkins, but I wasn't aware it was to the level of him getting put on IR. What exactly happened to him that the talk got that far? Quick 2-1 count, fouled away just as quickly. 2-2. Yeah, no, I remember I was talking to one of the people who comes down, who I see through the coffee shop all the time. He's a Packers fan, and he was the one who told me about Jenkins. I think they can get 6 quality innings out of him. I mean, defense has been able to cover for him, and he's been able to gather himself when he's lost track of himself. I think he can get a quality start out of him. And see, like there, gets the strikeout to retire this side, and we're now right at the end of the third. If he can have at least an inning, 1 or 2 more innings like that, pitch some people into infield singles, I think they could totally get 6 innings out of him. Okay, MCL. All right. MCL's bad. It's not ACL. And yeah, Jenkins is the old lineman who you all can shift into just about any position and he'll play it well, if I recall correctly. So that's rough. But what's the usual heal time on an MCL sprain? First, thankfully it's a sprain and not worse. Okay, I gotta make sure. Sometimes the information gets confused in my head. And so, what's the usual healing time on an MCL sprain? It doesn't feel like it should be that long. I've heard of people. I think I've heard of people coming back from them within a football season. All right. Meanwhile, I wanted to look to see if anybody clinched in the AL, and so far, no. It's only the Rays and the Orioles who were still just clinched a playoff berth. We're waiting for. Oh God, they're still neck and neck, aren't they? Oh damn, Orioles got a little bit of breathing room. The Rays are currently 2.5 games, as opposed to the constant 1.5 games that the Rays have been behind for most of the second half of the season. All right, Michaelis is able to swing that curve through the right parts of the plate in the zone for an opening strike on Tellez. Then that's a quick ground ball to second, right to first. All right. quick ground out to start the top of the fourth. 2 to 3 weeks and a high ankle sprain. Okay. All right. Once again, could have been a lot worse for Saquon. Couple of weeks, okay. Yeah. Just hopefully he can recover fully and not be rushed back. Monasterio, who has been doing great work in the field today for the Brewers, has fouled away 2 straight strikes. One out. Is the follow-up. Couldn't pull it in enough for the ref to say yes. 1-2. This one will be a fly ball to center. An easy pop out. Caratini's about to come back up. And we haven't even had loaded bases in this game, let alone a multi-run RBI. The announcers don't sound like they're drunk yet. Able to provide a little bit of help. And Caratini gets a called strike to start things. He grounded out his first time up, has clocked it into the field, more toward the center fielder, and that will retire Milwaukee in the fourth. Ooh. All right. At least this one's kind of moving along. Not a lot of action. Unfortunately, not a lot to really call either. I don't think we've been able to get 4 foul balls in an at-bat either. He'll miss Nola, Detroit, and Vegas, and then return versus Denver after the bye week. Oh, that's right. Is it just me, Luke, or is this the first time in the while that y'all have an early bye week? Haven't you all usually gotten them later in the season? Or am I nuts? I might be nuts. That's completely possible. All right, box score remains the same as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Oh boy. And nothing from polls. Great. Great. Rest of the weekend is going to be... Well, we have a bored fan, but he's just... He is getting bored and playing with his headphone cord while waiting for the game to restart. And now the announcers are talking. I have some anger issues. Got those pretty locked up now. Never mind. They're drunk. Mark it off on your cards. Okay. That was not the conversation that I needed. Anger issues and tangled cords on a Thursday afternoon. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm ready for them to start launching into a bit about airline food. Meanwhile, Miley has struck out Arenado, fifth of the day for Miley. It gets them to stop talking about being confused. Oh my God, they're going back to it. Okay, we're also going to talking about anything except the game. Oh. Oh, help me. They're talking about packing and losing track of stuff in their suitcases and carry-ons and meanwhile, Terang is able to reach that infield fly ball, get his second out of the game. Oh. And they're laughing so hard. They're laughing so hard at this. I feel my brain melting. Let's fix that, why don't we? All right, Walker got a base on balls last time he was up. Managed to get an actual strike this time. And there again we go 2-1. Yeah, good effort by the catcher to try to bring that one up to the strike zone, but that was way too low to fake it that time. And second walk for Walker. Oh, and there's Kisner, back again. I understand, Luke. It's okay. Hopefully I won't have anything serious to talk about tomorrow, so you won't miss much of a show. And get a nice cutter from Miley to get strike number 1 on Kisner. Meanwhile, this gets lefted to right field. Plenty of air to get underneath it and end the fourth. And with that, folks, I will first answer Carnman's question. I would say you've won your fourth Super Bowl in a row with the Arizona Cardinals and go to Chicago, Detroit, or stay with the Cardinals. Go to Chicago. They deserve a break after everything they've had to put up with this year. Meanwhile, I'm going to give myself a little pause for the cause because we are between the 4th and 5th inning. And yeah, we will return for the rest of Brewers Cards, whatever may come in this 1-0 slugfest very soon. finally gotten the feel of this down for these baseball broadcasts. Yes, I have. Whew. Giants all the way this time. That's the spirit, Andy. Oh, yes. I do, Luke. The 21st night of September. After all, folks, this is the 21st of September, so if you all decide to bypass tonight's game to instead, say, throw on my playlist from Monday, yeah, or chaos. Up to 1-2 count now. Michaelis going against Terang here in the top of the fifth. Bryce Terang ground out last time he was up to bat. Meanwhile, this will get cranked towards right center, and he misses it on the run. And will be overthrown. Oh my goodness, this is a clown show. That throw from Walker was off target and allowed them to get a... Oh God, are they going to mark this a hit or an error? Oh, from what you've heard, Julio's fine. I heard there were like at least 7 or 8 other Seahawks who had gotten banged up. Everybody else is good? Oh, officially double and an error. All right, so if you have I am error, mark it off on your cards because St. Louis has gotten the first one of the game here in the top of the fifth. And that'll be hit number 5, I believe, for the Milwaukee Brewers. Up to a 1-2 count now on Perkins. As we have a batter on third and goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the game for Michaelis. All right. Is there anything else? Nope, nothing so far. Meanwhile, another curve gets sent down the right field line by Frelick, who is back up to bat. 0-1. And that'll be a pop fly in the other direction. Okay. How many 5-year-olds could beat you in a fight? It depends. Am I allowed to fight dirty? Like, can I pull hair, bite, like, essentially try to intimidate them away? Because I think if there were intimidation tactics, it could dissuade the other 5-year-olds from attacking. He's trining, folks. He is trining. Up to a 1-2 count now after missing on the inside. Can do anything but use lethal weapons. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna go with psychological warfare. And uh-oh, we have popped up. Kisner is going back, trying not to lose into the sun. He just does. Yep. Another foul ball dropped chased by the Cards, out of play, and this time blinded by the light, held up like a loofah by the foreman of the night. Mark it off on your cards. That's third foul ball of the... And he finally gets one close to the line. That'll be a base hit out to left field. And finally, with just a runner at first now, and a run batted in, it's finally 2-0 Milwaukee. Contreras takes a fastball for a called strike. Contreras takes a big chunk and sends it foul down the left field line. 0-2. I'm honestly questioning whether I even want to watch the Giants-Niners game tonight. It seems like it would just be painful. Meanwhile, the Angels are leading the Rays 2-1. Of course they friggin' are. We're now at 0-2 still for William Contreras. He just fouled off a pitch right into the fence behind him. He doubled the last time he was up. A genuine double, if I remember correctly. Wants him to chase. And Kisner has to chase them back to first. 1-2. Yeah, that is definitely more than 3 foul balls. Mark it off on your cards. And then finally we get a strike. That'll be out number 2 for the inning. I had seen that, Karn man, and be a little bit of a blow for the Brewers. I don't know how much they were depending on him. And now Canna is in. We'll send it to third, and they will throw it right to second to Nail Frelick. And we are now halfway through, headed to the bottom of the 5th. All right, next break is going to be at the 7th inning stretch, by the way. We're going to drive it for a little bit longer, just so that you know we can take the break at the same time as everybody else. Let's see. Mejia tested positive for stenozolol, and became the first player suspended under the Major League Drug Agreement since San Diego's Fernando Tatis Jr. was suspended for 80 games on August 12th last year. Logan says that they don't need Mejia right now, that the bullpen is stacked already. Okay. I gotta be honest, from what I've seen so far, Logan, I am inclined to believe you. You know, I want to see how Miley does through these next 2 innings of pitching if they decide to keep him in. But from what I've seen so far, I don't know why you wouldn't give him at least the bottom of the sixth. And a home run, no rundown. Nobody's been hit by a pitch, which is, thankfully that's good. No pitch clock violations. Oh, Corn Man, go to it. Best of luck to you. I hope the stream goes well, and just have fun while you're doing it. I'm probably, and it's going to be on Twitch. I didn't know that people were starting to do that sort of thing on Twitch. Huh. Meanwhile, for Min, we'll get a quick 1-1 count from Miley, as is his wont. All right, meanwhile, Furman has worked up to a 1-2 while the announcers are talking to each other about starting guitar lessons. We'll try to poke it. Center way, shortstop will grab it. And what I can really appreciate from Milwaukee is how they have taken the natural consequence of the shift rule, which is, more people trying to go up the middle to take advantage of that, and doing a great job of cutting people off. Starting to grow. Drunk all red hits a medium. Ooh. I don't know exactly what that means, but it doesn't sound friendly. All right, we're currently at 1-2. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. Win has worked up to a 1-2 count. Can I play any instruments? Technically, I can play guitar, not very well, but I can play it. There's a pop fly along the right side. We nearly had a collision, but they ducked their way out of it. Ooh. Frelick ended up coming up from behind in right field, ended up having the proper line on the ball to catch that. Whew. Able to catch that one as Edmund is back up to bat. Misses low, 1-0. Hey. Honestly, if that being able to get your one song like that off on a harmonica, sometimes that's all you need. That one's foul. It's up to now 2-1. So wait, it can hit foul like that first, and then if it spins back in, I don't get it. Is that how it works? It can start foul, but if it ends up going fair past the bag, then it's fair? Meanwhile, Miley's worked himself into a full count against Edmund. He's up to 70 pitches, by the way. Nothing very interesting happened on pitch 69. From second to first, another grounder takes care of the bottom of the fifth. We will go to the sixth. St. Louis still has not scored. They're being led by the Brewers 2-0. Nobody's gotten tossed, no line grab catches, no failed barehanded grab. We had, but not an actual barehanded grab. And the other pitcher has an ERA of around 4.38, I believe. So he's still currently under. We haven't had any real wild pitches, no sacrifice flies. There hasn't been anything really all that funny. I don't think anything's been scored as a fielder's choice, and we haven't even been lucky enough to have Ishii lurking. Oh, man. Oh, this is rough. I'm sorry this game hasn't been more exciting for you folks. I just knew I did want to get back into baseball at some point, and since it looks like the Brewers are going to be here to stay through the playoff race for however long they manage to be in the playoff race, I thought might as well give them a little bit of focus. Nathan? Let's see, a 0.5 spread for 165. That could be a... So right now they're going to get you, right? That they will cover you because they're winning by 2 runs. Logan claims that the rest of the Brewers bullpen is stacked, so assuming nothing stupid happens. Meanwhile, there will be a bloop single that will allow them to drop in for a just embarrassing double. Dropped high into shallow left. Third baseman, I think, went back to chase it. He was the closest one to make the play. Left fielder couldn't do it, and batter ended up getting a double. Oh, that just hurts. All right, Michaelis is up to 86 pitches for the game. We are at the top of the 6th. Well, at least a called strike against Tellez, 0-1. Since they are winning, I'm not sure if she doubled down. Nathan, personally, I wouldn't. That should be a disengagement, I think, for Michaelis. And nice job hitting just past the gap. They're going to throw it in to stop at Adames at third. Runners at the corners now. Michaelis might not be long for this mound in the 6th inning. Does I'd say if that if that bet goes away anytime soon, yeah, it might be worth it because right now we got a runner in scoring position for the Brewers. Monasterio just took first pitch high, 1-0. So Monasterio did something good, I'm assuming, on this at-bat because it's a little behind for me. And that's going to fall again for another base hit into left field. Adames will come in. Now to first and second, as that was a single. Ow. This should be the last inning for him. Let's check that official box score. Yeah, I thought it was a hit behind. Should be 8. Michaelis is still in. Okay. Gets a strike. We are still at 0 outs, by the way. there is Liberatore warming up in the bullpen. But, oh, Michaelis, you have been through the ringer today. And not giving you that low part of the strike zone. Especially not that low. 1-1. Goes far inside on Caratini. Oof. 2-1. Oh, no, we didn't. Ooh. Curls foul. Now 2-2. Not really another Rouge. I only saved that for solo home runs. This one was actually just batted in on a single. But maybe we'll be able to get a multi-run RBI. There's a possibility. And the follow-up pitch gets away from the catcher, but he's able to keep it in front of him. Not allowed Tellez to get an easy jog to third base. 3-2 now. Oh God, they're making Anchorman jokes now. We're all going to die. That's it. This one will be hit to right. Will it hit back far enough, and into the stand it goes. 3-run shot for Caratini puts the Milwaukee up 6-0. We still have 0 outs in the inning. Folks, we have some stuff to mark off. We've been able to mark off home run for a while, but you can truly mark it off now. We've gotten a multi-run RBI, so mark that off on your cards. Oh. Wow. No amount of Blackbeard's delight will cover up the smell of this game in St. Louis. That is a reference. That is a reference, and I need to... Oh, God, it is... That's what it is. Okay. All right, so officially we are at 6 runs, 9 hits. I believe Nathan had an update for us. Won the money line for the Brewers leading through 5th innings. Awaiting for a $700 payout. All right. Cool. All right. Prepare well, Cordman, and give him only what you can see, not what you think the truth is, man. All right, we're waiting for next pitcher to get acclimated on the mound, so we've got a little bit of time. Yeah. It's getting ugly. But we can mark off starting pitcher ERA beaten because Michaelis had an ERA of around 4.8, and that definitely got smashed. So if you have starting pitcher ERA beaten, mark it off on your cards. Okay, we haven't had batters getting mouthy with anybody. Meanwhile, Angels and Rays are now tied at 2. Okay, wasn't expecting that. They haven't really focused on any bored spectators on their phones. But I think, yeah, the Anchorman reference, that feels like a bad attempt to make jokes people will know. I'm chalking that one up to how do you do, fellow kids. Libertor currently got 1-0 against Terang. Gets him to foul off down the left field side. Now 1-1. Oh, I'm willing to read some of it now, Luke. We're not going to be taking a break until the middle of the 7th. So I might as well do what I can as we get unassisted play from the first baseman for the first out of the inning. So far, talking about anything but the game. Double, home run. How do you do, fellow kids? More than 3 fouls in 1 at-bat. 5-3 out. Blinded by the light. Starting pitcher ERA beaten. I am error. Multi-run RBI. The announcers are already drunk. Full count. 1 rare spot. And a rouge. Libertor gets an 0-1 count with a called strike. Going up against Perkins is 1 for 2 on the day. Doesn't get him to bite up top for the second one. Count is even. Libertor trying to pitch as fast as Miley. This one will be cracked into right to the right fielder. Second out is there. Oh yeah, we got a rare spot for specifically a straight up 4-3 double play that the it was the Cardinals they were able to pull off earlier in the game, which is one that you don't get to see very often. Yeah, so whatever rare spot you want, mark it off, but you're not allowed to change after you do. Frelick now at a 1-1 count. That pitch went astray. Yeah, all you need is a batter getting lippy with a pitcher. We will see. There's still time. Off the end of the bat and an easy grab and throw for the third to first. A 4-run 6th inning. Of all things, a 4-run 6th inning. Ouch. Well, I'm not sure how fierce of a division rival it is between the Brewers and the Cards. I gotta imagine it's a little bit worse between the Cubs and the Brewers. So I don't know if this is the time when anybody's going to start to get lippy. I don't think anyone's even been hit yet. Oh yeah, we got that earlier, Sticks. We've had more than 3 foul balls in an at-bat. Do you have bingo? Let's take a look at this card of yours. Sticks is listed as card number 16. Wait, really? Wait, pick your own? When did I do a pick your own? Oh, I gotcha. And don't get me questioning what's coming out of my own mouth, man. It's too early in the day for that. By the way, Nootbaar is up again against Miley, who's basically trying to get them to chase everywhere. You're not quite there. Not quite there yet, Sticks. I think you're getting close. I think that's all you have to get. Is just the blown save. And if Milwaukee does blow this, that would be awful. Chasing that foul ball into the stands. Catcher tries to reach for it, and it bounces into the camera pit. And, the catcher slammed hard into the railing. They're coming out to check on him now. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, he got it right in the right in the upper thigh. That's exactly where I got hit when I fell off my bike last weekend. Oh, I can imagine he was stiff for a few moments. Ooh. Thankfully, the bruising has gone to that ugly yellow-green stage, so it doesn't look as terrible. We're now at a 3-2 count. Nobody on base. Bottom of the 6th. Yeah, I see Logan. He's decided to tough it out. Woof. Meanwhile, there'll be a strikeout with a titty bit of contact. Titty bit. Well, Miley looks like he's going to survive the 6th at this rate. That's a quality start as far as I remember the rules. Do start with a quick 1-0 to Goldschmidt, which quickly becomes 1-1 as he catches the lower part of the zone. Immediately misses again to make it 2-1, but hey, this is kind of what I've been watching him do all day, so I'm not worried quite yet. Quite yet. Oh my God! He didn't let it fall. He didn't let it roll foul. And now they have a runner on first because he got the throw off target. Oh, Miley. Oh, Miley. That's got to be an error. Oh, nope. They have brought it back and called it foul. Okay. Damn. Meanwhile, Goldschmidt will line that one up the line. Frelick will chase it quickly and cut off at second to keep Goldschmidt at first. Yeah, that was just all kinds of silliness. I couldn't tell whether he was going for the ball or foul or what. And your phone says I have 30,000 likes on this stream. Well, whoever you all are, thank you for liking the stream that much. I appreciate it. I certainly hope that when you do take over society, that you do not wear out my flesh battery first. All right, currently we got 1 0-1 count on Arenado. who's 0 for 2 on the day, manages to check swing against that low pitch, 1-1. And apparently no Cardinal has hit 30 home runs. Great knockdown of the line drive by the third baseman. Able to turn that into a double play. 5-4-3. Oh, nope. They saved it at first. They totally made it at first. They should challenge it. So that should definitely be 2 outs, runner on first. Even I can see it at this point. Yeah, I mean, great job by the third baseman for knocking down that line drive and keeping it within play. Just enough speed to get to first. Yep, the runner is safe, and the challenge is successful. Call is overturned. St. Louis gets to keep their challenge. Oh, I gotta figure out something to do for the challenges. I keep forgetting that they have the challenges in the play now. All right, Miley's up to 87 pitches right now. Apparently the bullpen is warming up. Little conference, doesn't look like they're taking him out quite yet. And we do have 2 outs, so I think the Brewers can definitely get out of this inning with a minimum of damage. Going up against Yepes, left fielder Juan Yepes, who is 0 for 2 today, ground out and a pop out. Just looks at that one high. As are most of us today, apparently. Evens things up with a foul down the left side line. And for all those of you who are still sticking around for this long, grinding out game, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Dang, another foul down the line. 1-2. And another foul off the inside of the leg. Still 1-2. And finally, they interrupt Miley with a timeout. I've been waiting for them to do that. Get him going again and strike him out to end the inning. Yeah, he's currently pitching a shutout, but with his pitch count up the way that it's been, I would think that they're going to take him out now that the 6th inning is over and he's officially in the books with a quality start. And that would make his ninth of the season, and then it's just up to the bullpen, which I once again have been assured by Logan is choice quality. I will, however, take a short moment to thank another one of our sponsors here on Another Stupid Sports Show, Vintner's Salt and Vinegar Chips. Chicago's snack since 1926. Hey. Oh, thanks, Nathan. I do appreciate it. I feel you. I feel you. Brewers to win, that makes sense. Like it would be the the epitome of foolishness if they fell apart right now. I understand True North. Between approximately 2/3 of a Major League Baseball game or Gregorian chants. Uh, yeah, don't go with what you think. Lean towards what you already know. Ah. Mm-hmm. Uh, and a new pitcher is in now for St. Louis, Andrew Suarez. Start low. That's not a great start, especially with Contreras at the bat. 1-0. And into the dirt again. 2-0. Announcers mentioning a lot of Cardinals injuries. Like I said, I haven't been following the Cardinals very much this season. There's a lot to keep track of, so maybe that's why they weren't able to work their usual brand of BS to get back into the playoffs. They've made it up to a 3-0 count now. Suarez to Contreras catches the lower part of the strike zone. 3-1. And yeah. Oof. We start the 7th inning with a walk. And now bring back Mark Canha. It's 1 for 3 with a double today. Just so you all know, I am planning on putting out a special bingo card for tonight's Thursday night football game for those of you who do choose to watch. I will be making it game specific. Meanwhile, St. Louis can't turn the double play with an off-balance throw. They do get the runner at second. All right. See you then, Nathan. Take care. Adames is back up to bat. Has a runner on first to work with, and currently a 1-0 count, and then a big cut to even it up. So at least if, the whole thing is a foregone conclusion by, say, the second quarter, at least there can be some drama about whether or not you get a bingo. Off the catcher's mask and foul. Oh, but look at that. Ishii is lurking, so mark it off on your cards, folks. Hope you're doing well today and excited for your team's upcoming contest against the Giants of New York. And Adames will go down on a high fastball. Second out of the inning now. We are going to go to a break for the 7th inning stretch, just to give you a heads up. Start with a quick strike to Tellez, who's been doing work today and around the bases, is 1 for 3 with a single and a run. And they completely lose track of that ball. There you go. We've got a stolen base. Officially mark that off on your card, and a wild pitch / throw. So mark those both off. Okay. We'll sleep. And Goldie will take it to the bag to finally get us the 3rd out in the middle of the 7th inning. And meantime, I'm going to take our big pause for the cause here at the 7th inning stretch. We will return for the rest of this game and I suppose another stupid sports show very soon. Thank you for being here. Eventually back from our little pause for the cause here in the 7th inning stretch to lead to the Cardinals getting one up the middle off of Bukauskas. Single on 1 out. Now they have a runner at first, and good for them. All right, well, we might as well be accurate. Get that next hit up there. One for min, 1 for 2 today is now up. We'll look at one low in the zone for strike number 1. Meanwhile, Rachel has a banana, but I have an Angie. Meanwhile, there's another one up the middle. Second baseman diving and missing for that base hit. Is now 2 on base with 1 out. Oh yeah, we definitely got some bored spectators on their phones, folks. We've got that in the stands right now. I know it doesn't compare to a banana, but Wynn is up to bat now. Takes an immediate strike from Bukauskas. A surprising burst of offense from the Cardinals here, finally in the bottom of the 7th. After getting essentially stymied for the entire game. Do it. All we've got right now over here is runners at first and second, and suddenly in scoring position for the Cardinals. And then Wynn chases it away, and oh boy, yeah, the Angels have suddenly gone up 4-2. At least it is listed that way as bottom of the 6th on the ticker that I'm looking at. So, all right, there you go, Angie. Go be angry and be free somewhere else. Wow, since 2017, the Giants are 31st in winning percentage, points scored, and ports differential. Oh yeah, no, she's very angry these days. And the Jets are below them in all 3. New York football, that fine tradition. Rays, meanwhile, have finally pulled within 1. They're at bat in the bottom of the 6th. So, all right, no worries yet for Nathan. Edmund is 0 for 3 on the day, has gotten to a 1-2 count now against Bukauskas. With 2 outs, St. Louis a brief glimpse of getting back into this game. And I'm not sure what just happened. I guess trying to keep people in check. And gets him tipped, caught, and out. They will strand runners again. We go to the top of the 8th, and it is still St. Louis nothing against the Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, yeah, foul tip, strike 3. Dang. I mean, I expected a win by the Brewers, but I didn't expect this much outright domination. Oh. Yeah, Cardinals or Texans fans right now, at least CJ Stroud is looking good, assuming he doesn't die behind the line like Bryce Young and Zach Wilson and far too many other quarterbacks to mention are currently doing. Brandon Staley hasn't been fired yet, Rachel, so that's what she's going on about at the moment. Either that or one of the feral cats is wandering through the yard. Or the mailman. Oh, I'd imagine being a Brewers fan is quite enjoyable at the moment. Especially because I think for the past few years, the Brewers have, been working their way through actually qualifying for the play-ins to, establishing themselves as a persistent force to be reckoned with in the NL Central. Oh yeah. No, it could be much worse. You could be Monty. Meanwhile, Lucan Baker is coming in at first base for the Cardinals here in the top of the eighth. Do we have a new pitcher to worry about now? Nope, this is still Suarez. Officially 5 hits for the Cardinals. Monasterio, the third baseman, 1 for 3, hit, run, and RBI. Isn't able to get anything going high. 1-1 is the count now to him. Extends it to 2-1. Yeah. Well, birds are okay, I guess. Meanwhile, Monasterio has to back up. Makes the catch at the warning track, dropping right into his glove. But ooh, there was a tense moment there when it looked like he was about to miss it. Because he is one of we've already had somebody lose it in the light when the Cardinals catcher tried to get a pop fly and ended up losing it in the sun. Caratini, who hit that 3-run shot that put them up 6-0, starts the at-bat with a ball. Now Walker will not have the opportunity to grab that one. Bloop into right for a base hit. Out of curiosity, when did those two franchises start? Because I have a feeling that they were pretty close together. Have they made their way back into the wild card? What? Are you kidding? All right. This is just getting stupid right now. Currently, the last place wild card is being claimed by both Seattle and Texas. Meanwhile, ahead of them is Toronto. Yeah, they get their third out with a throw out to first. Whatever. This is the hell's going on here. Oh, Texas. I knew I was skeptical about you, Texas. And this is just, I am disappointed. I am. Well, according to True North, they made a Blood Demon deal. So, all right. So Falcons started in 66, Bengals in 68. I was pretty sure that they were both relatively recent teams. because that was about the same time they brought in the Vikings and the AFC. The Jays' end of the season is loaded with Red Sox and Yankees games. Yeah, that would be pretty rough. But since y'all stuck this game out, we're at the bottom of the 8th, and I knew I was going to forget to do this. Yeah, complain all you want, Angie. It's still happening. I know. It's awful. The internet has been good. They need your calming presence. All right, to all the new people. If you can still hear me, new people, this is Monty. He is a Vikings fan and he is very tired. He just wants to get sleep, but occasionally he wants overtime, and he will do whatever he takes to get it. Isn't that right? Don't look at me like I'm lying about you. Who made me sit through Florida versus Carolina nearly 4 overtimes? All right. Yeah. I think all Monty wants right now is to get the hell out of this room. And he has, successfully. And another new pitcher in, number 49, Teheran. I'm sure the announcers will pronounce it for me at a certain point. Currently, he's got a 2-2 count on the second best named player in all of Major League Baseball, Nootbaar. And we have another foul down the left side. That's exactly it, MKI. This is Angie's room, so if he stays in here for long, he is very much at risk at suffering her wrath. 2-2. Popped up by Nootbaar again. Yeah, right now, the Vikings fans must feel just stunned. I expected better out of them at the beginning of the season too. They try to lift that one into center, but it's a little too controlled, and it's another quick out. Wow. Cardinals broadcasting reminding their fans that the Cardinals have have had the fewest losing seasons in over 100 years, up there with the Yankees and the Dodgers. Yeah. You can do some wonderful things with statistics, Luke. After a miss with a ball, gets a high fast one to even the count at 1. Oh, and here comes the draft talk. Oh, yeah, we know. This team knows that it's done because they're already talking about drafting people who are built different. And that is a direct quote, built different. camera on John Mozeliak, president of baseball operations for the Cardinals. And that's another foul ball away from Baker, having his first at-bat when he came in last inning. Yeah, and it's still Phillies, Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are hanging in there. I don't get it. I like it, but I don't get it. That's another foul away from Baker. This at-bat has been going on for a while. Isn't able to get him to chase low. 3-2 finally. Wow. They say that 3% of people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3%, and the rest goes down the drain. Second out, by the way, from 6-3. I'll never know just what I am, but I'll bet you my last dime that 99% think with 3% 100% of the time. That's right, Angie. Oh, yeah. Fun quirks. Angry cat. And Palacios is now in the game. Oh! Yeah, that's a claw in the leg. Thank you, Angie. I am awake now. Now they're just encouraging people to stick around so they can spoil the shutout. Misses inside 2-0. They can't get that lower strike zone working even with all the catcher assistance in the world. 3-0 now. Meanwhile, the catcher is able to present that one finally as a strike. I have no idea why she would want the Cardinals to score, unless it's some kind of odd revenge thing on behalf of the Padres. Somehow he has now got a second strike on what I assume was a cutter. Palacios got a full count here at the bottom of the 8th. And this will be popped up to shallow center. Shortstop is back, and it will be grabbed. And there we are, folks. The 9th inning. We finally made it. Well, we haven't finally made it. Because we're playing in St. Louis, we got to go through the full 9th inning. We don't just get to stop at the top. But we did it. We finally did it. Oh, yeah, they've been talking about everything except the game. We haven't had any pitch clock violations that I've seen. All the managers and players have been behaving themselves. Nothing, no ball girl or ball boy shenanigans, no barehanded grabs. We did get Monty. So mark that off on your cards. No player collisions. No mouthy batters. Not sure we really had a what a throw or what a catch moment. I didn't notice a broken bat. No balks, no mascot. Oh, this is something we can check on. Were there any players in this game today who did not get on base? And no, Goldschmidt's already out. And Yes, Arenado had 3 at-bats, struck out once, did not get a walk or a hit. So you can definitely check off both pitcher doesn't get, player doesn't get on base in game and player doesn't get hit in game because Arenado has already been taken out for Palacios as the designated hitter. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be a blown save at this point. I'm not sure who would want to bunt. The only thing we haven't really had, and I'm surprised by this, is loaded bases. Suarez, meanwhile, has still at work here in the top of the ninth. Starts a 1-0 count against Perkins. It's 1-3 for the day. Rumor is currently David Bakhtiari will not play against the Saints, but you think Watson will start. Well, yesterday, Luke, you'll find this crazy to believe, but they are actually sleeping on either side of me while I was relaxing in bed. As soon as I got up, a spell was broken, though, and they both immediately left, but they've been having their moments. Oh, we've worked to a 3-2 count already. Oh, that's fouled away, so we're still at full count. Good charge by the shortstop, able to get that across in time to Baker for the first out. Jones and Watson hopefully will start. It's possible, Sticks. We could have all sorts of stupid stuff happen. We still have 5 outs to go. I'm choosing to remain hopeful for this. Oh, that's right. I didn't get a card of my own. So do I get one that is different from everybody else's? Yes. Okay, we've had How Do You Do, Fellow Kids, Play Ball. Oh, yes. We've both had the starting pitcher ERA both covered and beaten. Miley covered his ERA, and Michaelis was definitely beaten. Easy grab by Baker. We'll make it out number 2. True North, that sounds like something very good to do because they could probably get a lot more out of Jones having him go up against the Lions, especially trying to challenge some of our linebackers. All right, 1-0 count to Contreras is up again. He just can't stay away. Does completely miss on that to even things up at 1-1. And a multi-run RBI, board spectator, 5-3. Blinded by the light, talking about anything but the game. We got a rouge. Announcers are already drunk. Definitely at a home run. We're now up to 2-2. Damn. Get this updated. Of course. There we go. Fouled away again. Still 3-2. Oh, man. This thing's so behind that the internet MLB game day is ahead of me. And I'm assuming that this guy strikes out. Yeah, that'll take us to the middle of the ninth. That has 3 scoreless innings from Suarez, and now we go to the bottom of the ninth, folks. Trayvon Diggs spotted by local media on crutches. The injury happened during a one-on-one period. Okay. Okay. All right. Not a reason to panic yet. Crutches. That could indicate all sorts of things. So I don't think that should destroy them just yet. We need more information and definitely, yeah, just definitely more information, more time. Yeah, either rare doesn't lead me to a bingo. And I don't think I'm getting a blown save out of the bottom of the ninth. I will say, Logan, that if they do blow this in the bottom of the ninth, I apologize in advance for all the laughing I am going to do. And I do apologize in advance for it, but I will not be able to help myself. So let's just hope that they can keep it together for this last inning. Oh, officially 2 errors. Exactly. Unless the Brewers do something stupid. Very soon, Angie. We were already in the 3rd inning. Wow, able to get that one called inside as a strike. And meanwhile, foul ball, 0-2. Tehran's still in for the Brewers here in the 9th. Currently got an 0-2 count against Yepes, who's 0-3 on the day. This would be poked, and Perkins is able to run up fortunately, and get the first out. And the shutout, it continues here in St. Louis. You know what? We will get another rare spot if this game ends in a shutout, because those don't happen very often, especially not in the games that we keep track of. And then Walker has gotten now his 7th straight hit with a single up the middle for base hit. Oh yeah, Angie has many opinions today. What most of them about, I can't be sure. But I'm sure they are all very valid and important. Yeah, last sponsor before we get out of here. Big thank you to Whorehound Old-Fashioned Hard Candies. They will end the game with a double play, sponsored by Whorehound Natural Hard Candies, which, as Rachel Half can attest, they certainly taste like something. So congratulations, because that officially ices it. The game is over. the Milwaukee Brewers get the combined shutout 6-0 over the St. Louis Cardinals, and that combined shutout is good enough for a second rare spot. Whoever wants to take it. We definitely have a save in the game, which means I've gotten bingo, but who cares? Has anybody else gotten bingo? I'm going to go down the entries one more time before we get out of here, talking about anything else except the game. Stolen base, double, home run, bored spectator on their phone. How do you do, fellow kids? More than 3 foul balls and 1 at bat. 5-3 out. Monty. Player doesn't get on base in game. Player doesn't get a hit in game. Blinded by the light. Starting pitcher ERA covered and beaten. Save, I am error, multi-run RBI, full count, wild throws / pitch. The announcers are already drunk. Jim breaks down laughing at a play. Ishii is lurking. 2 rare spots and Rouge. You think you might lose it due to the Rays? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I would have assumed, just because of how the Rays have been playing this season, them being consistently at the top of the AL East and in the top of the wild card race, that they wouldn't have had a problem dispensing with the Angels, who've just been sliding into oblivion as the season's gone on. Apparently they got eliminated today. Meanwhile, Sticks thinks he has bingo in the far right column. All right, let's check card number 16. Save, the 2 rare spots, multi-run RBI, and talking about anything except the game. Yes, you do. Congratulations, Sticks, on getting us at least 1 bingo before this game ends. Even Angie's cheering for you, too. Do we have any other bingo calls? No. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. Well, I do appreciate you for being here. You're all winners in my heart and all that stuff. But to everybody, it's all right, Nathan. We will, if you ever do come back, we play frequently for college and NFL and sometimes whatever other sport we can come up with. Thank you for being here, everyone, including people who may have just been stopping by for the first time. This has been another Stupid Sports Show. My name is Jim B. here on 106.9 Click FM. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will have a card for Sunday Night Football coming out. Check my community page. The link will be there. Take care of yourselves. Good night, Milwaukee, wherever you are.